Hello, my name is Stoney McBlaze, and I don't hold a little bit faster now. Production is liable for anything that happens to me, good or bad. Was it a cat?
No, we don't have one.
That wasn't a cat.
What was it? But whatever it was, I don't hold a little bit faster now. Production is liable for that. And I don't hold them liable if these lights fall on me. And I don't hold them liable if this gnome starts talking to me either. Welcome to Serial Killerz, a show where we get smacked, eat cereal, and talk about brutal murders. So today, we're going to do chapter 52, which is about, what's her name? Oh, Chandra Levy. And in the episode is called, I Did Not Have Sexual Relations with That Woman. And so you can find that wherever podcasts are, and you can listen to that after you listen to this. But don't go now, though. Wait till I'm done with my story. And then you can go and listen to their version of it. But, may I have a spoon, please?
Yeah.
I just realized that I'd rather not eat the cereal like soup. I think technically for what the lawyers told me, thank you so much. Oh, dude, nice. That's a big spoon, dog. That's what I'm talking about, big spoons, big bites. So legally, I think I'm not allowed to mention the names of the cereals, but this one is a cinnamon one, the one they found the shrimp in. But this is the churro version. So we're going to start with that as a bottom layer. That's going to be our base layer. This one is a peanut butter puff type cereal. And that's going to be layer number 2. Dang, that looks fire. I dropped all your churros. Sorry. I'll vacuum later, I promise. Next, we have... This is the one with the bunny, and suspiciously he lures children. That's going on top. This one is the fruit stones. Other side. We have a beaker of what they call oat milk. Smash that like button. Fire. It's all flavors. It's fruit, it's savory, it's peanut butter, it's churro. This is magical. This is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner and dessert all in one bowl, and I'm stoked to be here. Have you met my gnome Jethro? He is real. It's not just that we're all seeing him, so don't be alarmed. Also, this gnome is real as well. If you see other gnomes, nice. Okay, so basically, there was this lady. Her name was Chandra Levy. And so she was like super about politics and wanted to be a FBI agent, which I don't understand because they scare me because they're the police. But she wanted to do that. And so she goes off to Washington with one of her friends. And they're just like kicking it. And they're like politics people. And so they know who their local representative is. And I voted for Green Party, so I don't know who my local representative is, but Jill Stein did not win, and I'm still upset about that. And now I don't know if I need to vote. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm voting in the next election. DM me and tell me what I should do. So she goes to this dude's house, and crazy that she went, no, not his house. That'd be nuts. She went to his office place, his business building. She went to his business building and she was like, hey, you're my local California senator, even though we're in Washington, D.C. Again, someone explained to me I don't know how that works. So she's there and he's also there and they meet up and he's like super cool. And apparently, according to numerous reports, wildly attractive and a bit of what's the name? Casanova. He's a Casanova. He likes to sample women, I guess. But he's married, so it's bad, right? So don't, if you're monogamously committed to somebody, you can't dilly dally, right? You can't dip and duck and dodge and dive around your monogamy. You gotta lock in. You gotta stay 10 toes down. But this dude's not about that. He's a scallywag. Yeah. So he decides to set up a time for them to meet up. And her friend, she's like right on the money, dude. Her third eye's wide open because she was like, I think this dude likes me. And her friend was like, no, he's a senator and he's married. Are you out of your mind? And so then, but she was like, no, for real. And so they go back to her place and they're watching, it said HBO. Oh, dang, man, down. So it said HBO, so I can only assume it was The Sopranos. So they're watching The Sopranos, which, to be fair, some hot moments in that show. So I kind of understand why they were succumbed with lust, and then they started dating secretly. And they had like a 5-year plan, which is, okay, listen, if you're doing devious things like that, stop. You're gonna hurt somebody. But that's not why she got murdered. Well, allegedly. We'll get into that. There are conspiracy theories about everything, including this murder. I don't want to do a mukbang. I don't, but it's so good. I have to. So she's kicking it, right? In DC with the senator. It's all very saucy. And then there's this dude who's like chilling in the woods, and he's been just haranguing random joggers. So if you go jogging in the woods, use a buddy system, man, because it's sketchy out there. Not only are there people that want to harm you, there are Bigfoots that want to harm you, and you can't tell me they're not real. We haven't searched all of the Pacific Northwest, dude. It's densely populated up there. We just haven't been able to find them. So don't jog alone. So this dude starts just like assailing joggers, and it's messed up, and he does get brought in, and the park rangers bring him in, and they're like, did you assault these people? He's like, no. Obviously, he's a criminal. He's gonna lie. But then they trick him. They get tricky with him, like the rabbit or whatever the character is from the serial, and they say, well, did you accidentally bump into any of these ladies while you were out jogging? And he said, yeah, I did actually bump into several of them. And so then they like got you. You lied. So he gets like arrested and then, but released, I think, because somehow he murders our main character. And I don't really know how, but he does. So thank God people are getting out of prison for this. This is so fire. No one should be in jail for this. I think it's great that even though he is fully asleep, Joe Biden has done one dope thing. But the point is that she's out jogging, right? Just chilling, minding her own business, blasting music. She was definitely listening to Rick James, for sure, because that is some fire music to run to. I don't know if you've ever run to that, but it's so motivating. Either that or Pink Floyd. I was listening to Pink Floyd earlier today, and I feel like their musical genius is often lost on our populace. But the point is, she's out jogging, right? She's out here just trotting through the woods, dude, like a majestic unicorn. Also a real animal, but they're lost, and we just haven't been able to find them. But we will find them, and Bigfoot, and then you guys will stop making fun of me. So she's jogging in the woods like a majestic unicorn. And out of friggin' the blue, dude, this man, what was his name? It was like Igmar. Oh, I tried to have it. I don't have it on me. I tried to have it on me. I tried to be prepared. But Wikipedia is dense. And there's too many sections. So I think his name was like Igmar. Oh, no, I'm going to find it. Guandine. What's the name? Igmar Guandike? Did I nail the first name, though? Let's go, dude. Thank you for the assist. You are like Scottie Pippen, and I will always admire you for that, dude. Okay, so Igmar Guadipe jumps her, completely jumps her in the woods, and he murders her, and it's really brutal and sad. And sometimes brutal, sad things happen when you're stoned, and it scares you internally. I'm scared now, and so he murders her, and then just moves along with his life, and then gets arrested and sent to jail. Bam. And so the parents love her and are worried because so what happened is she was out there, she was telling everybody she was doing an internship for this sexy senator guy whose name was Condit, yes, there he is, Gary Condit, Democrat, California, U.S. representative. So Gary Condit, so she's his intern, and she's interning for him. And also, is that still legal in the state of California? It may be? Okay.
You have to be paid.
Yeah, you gotta get paid now, right? This dude was not paying her. Maybe if she had a gym membership, because of the money, she'd still be here today. So pay your interns so they don't get murdered, guys. Come on, dude. Be more chill about it. They're doing work for you. They're doing jobs. And you gotta pay people to do jobs, right? So she's out jogging. She's dead. I said that. She's been dead for this whole last part. She's still dead. She's currently still R.I.P. So then Gary, the parents call Gary, and they're like, Gary, what happened to my daughter, dude? And he's like, I don't even know, dude. She got me coffee, but that was it, I swear. And they're like, all right, Gary, fine. And so then they do tell the police to start looking. And this is where the police botch things. So they go in, and they're looking, and they've got this rule. They're going to look 100 feet, 100 yards, a whole football field, an NFL stadium field, off to the edge of every road and every trail, and pay attention to the second part, because that's going to come back in a big way. So they do the whole search, no dice, not there. And everybody's freaking out, and they're super worried. And then people they figure out, because she told people, because she was stoked, because she was in love with him, and he was playing her. So he's honestly kind of a bad guy in this situation. I don't think he's totally guilt-free in all of... I mean, he's not part of the murder part, but he may also be a bad dude. Because people were saying, like, oh, it's a bummer that his political career got derailed. But I feel like maybe that was karmic, you know? Because he messed with this woman's heart. And she had to go jog to try to get some endorphins and some clarity in her life. And she couldn't go to a gym because he wasn't paying her. So she went to the woods where she was assaulted by Igmar. So she's dead. And then they can't find her. But you know who does find her? Because this is often the hero of many stories and many of our lives. Dogs. There's this adorable dog. And I don't know his name, but I'm going to call him Jethro after the gnome. Jethro the dog is out hiking with his human friend and finds the bones. And the human friend calls it in and is like, guess what, dudes? Bones. And not like animals, and not like fake Halloween bones, for real bones. And I think human. And they're like, how do you know what human bones look like? And he's like, I had science class, normal ways. I know because of normal ways. And so then he goes back, and the police come, and they're like, dang, dude, that is her. We did miss that. And then the family's so peeved at the cops because they botched it. And they're like, we pay your salaries, right? The taxes and stuff? Why'd you miss it? And they're like, well, we had a bit of a snafu in communication, which is kind of what this whole thing's about, honestly. If he had communicated with his wife that he was unhappy and he had wanted to pursue other interests, maybe we wouldn't be here today. But I'm kind of glad we are, because I did enjoy all this cereal. And I will eat it later, but I can't eat on camera, man. Because I know some people have the mesothelioma where they hear the sounds of eating and it gives them like the heebie-jeebies. And I don't want to do that to anybody. But what I will do is tell you that the cops were like, yeah, we said 100 yards from the roads and the trails. And remember I said I'd come back, and here it is. Roads and the trails. And they did 100 yards from the roads, but they didn't think anybody was going to be off in the wilderness on the trails. So they didn't search that part of the woods, which is an oversight for sure. And that's why you should let cops smoke weed, because, dude, if I had been there, I'm wandering. I will wander. They'll be like, you're 200 yards, Stoney, come back. I'll be like, just wanted to make sure, dude. This is a person. This is a human we're searching for, you know? But they botched it. So then they start accusing the Congress dude of murder, and people are like, did you pay somebody? And then this dude was in jail with the Igmar dude, and I definitely don't know his name, but he was basically like, oh, Igmar told me the whole thing. The congressman put out a $25,000 hit on her, and because he wanted to keep a secret, and he was afraid she was going to squeal. So he puts out a hit on her, and that's why Igmar murdered her, and he sent the money back. But then they checked it out, and they did like lie detector tests, and they questioned him a bunch, and he was lying. Also, he went on a date with somebody later who recorded him, and then that also showed that he was lying. So he got caught lying a bunch, and so if you're hiding something, don't go on dates with people. Stay at home and be alone. Because if you go on dates with people, they'll find you. You'll get found out. All your secrets will come to light. And dude, then it's game over. So this guy tried to frame the Congress dude. Congress dude lost his career. He ran for president or something. He ran for something, one of the big ones. And now we don't know where he is. And we don't even know if he's alive. He's got to be alive, right? Is Gary alive, producers?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. What's he doing now? How's he? Is he married? Still with the same lady?
I think Baskin Robbins, I think.
He owns a Baskin Robbins franchise?
I don't know.
Dude, so he's, okay, good with money at least. Bad with relationships, but, I mean, Baskin Robbins franchising, you know, we can all agree. That's a solid investment. I put a lot of money in penny stocks. That was not a solid investment. And so then he loses his political career and has to become a Baskin Robbins ice cream man. And there's nothing wrong with being an ice cream man. No shade. I love ice cream people. Anyone. No matter what. Go ice cream people. Own an ice cream shop. Follow your dreams. 37 flavors. That's more than Dr. Pepper, dude. That's so many flavors. So that's what he's doing now. And she's dead, which sucks. And then Igmar, he got deported. He's gone, dude. And people being deported is sad, but he did deserve it. So there are people that or just murderers. If you murder I don't want to do this right now at all. I don't want to get into these waters at all. I don't want to wade into this controversy in any way. I don't care. But what I do care about is, I think that's the story. And thank you so much for having me, Serial Killers. And thank you, Raw Familia, for this big, giant rolling tray and this ashtray and this lighter and this big, giant, huge joint rolling mat. And I don't know if that's a Raw sign.
It is.
For that sign. And I'd say just generally the vibes, because the dude came in with the Raw and then, you know, it was fire. But dude, smash that like button, review us, review them. I'm not a part of this. I'm just here for the moment. But give them a review. Tell them 5 stars. Don't bother if you're not going to do 5 stars, because we don't need friends that aren't 5-star friends. We need 5-star friends. And thank you. And have a rad day and stay stoked.
This was a Little Bit Faster Now production.